Alright, what's up girls and boys? What's up internet? I am Vian and welcome to our second episode of our Let's Play Long Play 100% all trophies and achievements walkthrough / guide for Persona 3 Reload, the remake of Persona 3, which was initially released for the PlayStation 2 and then remade for PlayStation Portable with Persona 3 Portable, which eventually got released for Steam, the Xbox, what else? The Switch, and also for the newer generation of PlayStation consoles, PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5, which I heard is going to get a PlayStation 6 very soon, or sooner than we all might think. Oh my gosh. But anyways, this is going to be quite a ride, I feel like, though I do feel that a lot of people might not enjoy Persona 3 Reload as much as Persona 5, whether it's the vanilla version or the royal version or even Persona 4 Golden. But anyways, we stopped right here after the first day of class, right before we checked the bed to sleep. So let's go do that. Should I go to bed? So yeah, more cutscenes. Go figure.
Have you seen the newspapers lately? There's a lot going on.
So yeah, if you guys could hear, Akihiko's voice sounds a lot deeper than I remember it being, because I remember his voice being sort of raspier,
Yeah, right.
and a lot less
Otherwise, it's not worth it.
like, it's not this deep, the voice.
You have a one-track mind. Will you be okay out there on your own?
Mitsuru, I feel like, didn't really change voices.
Just getting a little practice.
I could be wrong. I could be misremembering because, again, I've played the Reload, this remake, already 2 times now. First time it was a blind playthrough. Second time it was for making this guide. But yeah, now it's April 8th. So we'll be hearing gossip. Now this, it doesn't frequently happens, but there are times where our character Minato will overhear people talking, and sometimes the rumors or the gossip that he does here, it's sort of a lead into what's gonna happen or clues as to some things without spoiling anything. I can hear people talking.
Have you heard?
Hey, have you heard the rumor about what was it again? The bathroom?
Hold up.
That's old news. Besides, it's just a ghost story, not a rumor. Like, I would actually just prefer it to be a rumor than a ghost story. I'm not a fan of ghost stories, especially in regards to a place that I frequently visit. You're talking about that one girl, right? The second year? She stopped coming to school and just sits around staring at walls all day long. They're actually talking about the apathy syndrome right here that Akihiko and Mitsuru mentioned a little bit ago. Whenever her mom tries to talk to her, the only thing she says is, "It's coming. It's coming." Is that really how the story goes? Whatever, it's probably all made up anyways, is how they usually go. Some disturbing rumors seem to be spreading around the school, which, you know, it's not the first, right? In a Persona game, like, you can expect there to be rumors in the school that the protagonist goes to. The first bell has rung. Like, for Persona 5, it's the rumor about what our character did. Open your textbook, then we'll take a look at the first novel by Zenzo Kasai. Okay, so why him? I'll explain it in a little bit. I've been more interested in Tota Kaneko's work lately. His essays are fantastic, and he is also a famous haiku poet. I wonder why all this isn't in the textbook. Well, I guess I'll just bring his book next time. Speaking of haiku, they often use words or phrases related to seasons, but it's easy to get them mixed up. For example, you'd think tasty bamboo shoots and vivid carp streamers would symbolize spring, right? Well, they're actually related to summer. I hope you guys are paying attention because we're gonna have a quiz later. Haiku poets usually refer to seasons based on the lunar calendar, making it fairly complicated. Hey Yori, are you listening? Here's a question for you. Told you we're gonna have a pop quiz. Among those phrases, a rain of flowers, mystical mirage, and vivid carp streamers, which one symbolizes summer? Which is something Miss Toriumi just mentioned, and Junpei is just so out of it, he doesn't know. Psst, Minato, you were listening, right? Lend a brother a hand. So the answer here is, of course, vivid carp streamers. But here's the tutorial for social stats. So yeah, as I mentioned before, we have 3 stats that we need to max out for a trophy. And also because increasing these stats to a particular level unlocks more social links, which in turn unlocks more personas for us. Anyways, let's continue on. Again, what phrase symbolizes summer? It is the third option, vivid carp streamer. So select that. Yep, that's right. So you were listening to me after. Like, how could the teachers not notice Junpei asking Minato for the answer? Well, every single one of the class does notice. By the way, mystical mirage and rain of flowers represent spring. A mirage is a natural phenomenon that occurs around late March to early June, and a rain of flowers refer to the spring showers around the time cherry blossoms bloom. It's not literally raining flowers. Make sure you remember all that. Our next topic is... So yeah, as I've... Well, you know how much I like to pay attention. Yeah, right? Man, you seriously saved my bacon, Minato. So yeah, everyone, all the classmates heard Minato gave Junpei the answer, except whoever the teacher is. Like, this happens all the time in this class. Arisato-kun gave him the answer just now. He must have a good memory or something. We were just paying attention. I can hear my classmates whispering. So that, because we got the correct answer, because we helped out Junpei, we got slightly more popular, which means we got a boost in charm. Ta-da! Like, I like how courage is 1, timid when he actually walked through the night surrounded by coffins and didn't even blink. And then he encountered a boy that suddenly disappears in a puff of smoke, and it's just nothing, no reaction whatsoever, and yet his courage level is at 1, at timid. How funny is that? But anyways, after that, it's just, you know, after school. Again, we don't have much to do, so we'll end up just going back home. Although we are given a little bit free reign, the Iwatore strip mall is bustling with activity in the afternoon. So right there you can see Junpei talking with a classmate. Yeah, evening already. More cutscenes. So we're gonna be introduced to the sophisticated gentleman who is the chairman of the club that Cease is posing to be. So he's Shuji. What? Shuji Ikutsuki. He's gonna play an important role, a very big role later on. And basically this cutscene, it just allows us to ask some questions in terms of our living arrangements. You know, why are you here? So if you ask that, he will say that he wants to talk, he wants to introduce himself, and also he came here to talk with Mitsuru and the others. Who else lives here? He'll tell you that there are 2 seniors, and of course you and Yukari. The 2 seniors are of course Mitsuru and Akihiko. And if you go the other night, I saw he's gonna play like he doesn't know what you're talking about, that you might just be hallucinating, and that you might have been just tired. You might, that your mind must be playing tricks on you, essentially. We don't have to ask anything. Like, if you don't want to know what he says, which I'm not gonna go into since I just explained to you guys what's gonna happen if you select all of that, and it's just gonna take too long. You can just go with no, I'm good, and it will just play the entire thing, the rest of the cutscene. Now, what's funny is if if you select the last night option, Itsuki's gonna tell you it's just in your mind, you're hallucinating, stuff like that. Your character will say something along the lines of they seem to be hiding something, like he's not totally
You'll get used to his
dumb to the whole thing. Like it's not, he is aware that there's something going on, that there's something these people are not telling him.
when you're not used to it. Good night.
Yeah, we can't do anything. I should listen to them and just go rest in my room. That's it. So yeah, immediately sleeping, and Ikutsuki, Mitsuru, and Yukari
He went to bed a
are
little
all spying on you for scientific reasons, of course. They're not being creepy. They're spying on you as you sleep because they find it strange. They find you strange. So yeah, we're gonna get a first glimpse of the dark hour, which is the hidden hour that supposedly comes right after midnight.
Yeah.
So this part, it just takes so long.
This sucks.
And also I feel like this, how they introduce the dark hour, it's a lot tamer than what I have expected, or I would expect from them, considering how they go about showing off what happens if your shadow self dies in Persona 5. And also, I distinctly remember it being a lot more. This is cool. This transition is really cool. But yeah, I distinctly remember I don't remember which one was, but I distinctly remember them showing more than what they're showing or gonna show here right now. No, this, I distinctly remember them showing the face of this person as this is happening. I'm not this is way too tame. I'm sorry, but it's just way too tame. And again, I'm not impressed with the graphics. He's still sleeping. Why, oh why could that be? So yeah, explanation on the dark hour right here.
You could say it's the hidden hour. During this time, an ordinary person transmogrifies into a coffin and is oblivious to all that occurs.
Then he must be.
As you can see, he's retained his human form. He may be asleep, but he's definitely experiencing the dark hour. The only question that remains is whether or not he has the potential. Though come to think of it, he must. If he didn't, they would have preyed on him by now.
So yeah, the potential they are talking about, or we're talking about, in this cutscene is the potential to use personas.
Yes, sir.
Because again, not everyone can use it.
Though, spying.
Even though Philemon sort of bestowed that ability to a lot of people. And also this. This is awesome. In the entire game, in the entire reload, this remake, I love the transitions that they did. And also the attacks during battle. The battle stuff, they are cool. So yeah, Igor.
My name is Igor. I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
I like Igor.
This is Elizabeth.
I remember it took me a while to get around the new voice actor that they had, because I was so used to the original voice actor for the Igor in Persona 4 that I think they changed him.
So we have signed the contract.
Persona 3 Portable, was it? But it changed him right after that. They changed the document I signed at the dorm, but yeah,
From now on,
they changed the voice actor, so it took me a while to like his new voice, because his old voice was a little more raspy.
to do so, I only ask.
Like it's, I only ask one thing in return. Like sort of like that.
And assume full responsibility for the choices you make.
So yeah, you can choose whatever here, but since we signed a contract, well, let's go with I don't understand. I never picked that option. I'm curious.
That is fine. For now.
For now.
Hold on.
So yeah, it took me a while to get around to liking his new voice actor, but when I did, I can't imagine it being anyone else anymore. So yeah, we get the Velvet Room key, which basically, like all the other games, it basically is like a badge that tells everyone who knows that we are the guest, a guest in the Velvet Room. It feels like I had a strange dream. It's time to go to school. It just dismisses it right out the window. My goodness, Minato. Yo, I'm so sleepy today. In times like this, the best course of action is to sleep during class. That adrenaline rush you get from dozing off right in front of the teacher can really spice up your dreams. Don't sleep in class. Now, I've never slept in class when I was studying. Not once, not even when I was in elementary school. I think preschool, fine. And also, I remember. Whoa, you take studying pretty seriously, but it takes real courage to sleep in class, you know. So yeah, if you sleep in class, you can get a courage stat boost, but it's not worth it in the beginning. There are many other places where we can get that courage stat boost, and we need academics more initially. Then again, since I'm not listening to the lecture, I'm pretty much screwed later. Oh, but we have class literature today. That means we're stuck with Mr. Nasty Old Ikoda. But yeah, I've never slept in class, and I remember we had this like sort of free period. So yeah, I'm just gonna play this on auto. I cannot play it on auto. But yeah, I remember we had a class where I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause that story. I'm gonna tell that story later. Let's just read through this so that we're not stuck in this. Now some people say classic lit isn't relevant anymore, but oh, are they wrong? The students, the other teachers, they don't know what they're talking about. Nobody really understands it like they should. I'm feeling sleepy. Should I close my eyes for a few minutes? For this, like, initial length of the game, always always choose to stay awake. And that's gonna keep the teacher, you're gonna keep listening to the teacher, and sometimes they do offer information that will come into play when the exams start. So it's better to pay attention. Hey, are you even listening to me? Let's wake up, shall we, children? Now open your textbooks. First on your syllabus is Ise Monogatari, the origin of Japanese literature. It's a very interesting story. You youngsters might even call it the bomb. I can tell you people are zoning out on me. I forced myself to stay awake and listen to the lecture. So for that, we got a boost in academics. So yeah, as I was saying, I've never slept in class, even though we used to have sort of like a free period where you can sleep, like you're encouraged to sleep, to rest. I never use that free period for that. I mostly use it to read or to draw. That's it. All my other classmates, they sometimes use it to chat. They sometimes use it to, actually sleep, but I never fell asleep in class. So I don't really know how that feels like. But yeah, now we've unlocked the Polonia Mall area, which it's gonna house this crane, which, as I've mentioned in the first episode, it's where you can get these sort of toys that you can display on the shelf.
I gotta try this.
And then you also could use the arcade. But for now, this is just an introduction. So you're just gonna watch through as Junpei uses all of his money trying to get a prize from the crane game, which is extremely hard, especially in Japan, when we were in Japan, I wasn't able to get a prize. I hung out with Junpei for a while before heading back to the dorm. Because I tried their crane games there. I also did the gacha, because it's very authentic. It's an authentic feel there. So I tried that all, and I couldn't even get one that I actually liked. You're pretty late. I don't mean to be overbearing, but please don't make this a regular occurrence. But in case you look quite tired, why don't you go to bed early tonight so that we can continue monitor you in your sleep? So yeah, now we unlock the shortcuts in the map. So all the places you've visited, once you visit through that place, and it's a place that you can interact with or enter, then it's gonna be included in that selection. So we can talk to Yukari and Mitsuru today. I guess there was a dorm mother here once to cook and stuff, but it's just us students now. Maybe that's why we have such a nice kitchen. It seems like a waste not to use it. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know that I'd really be able to make good use of it though. And Kirijo senpai doesn't do stuff like cooking. But I would feel kind of bad if no one ever used it. Someone's gonna use it in the future. Mark my words. So Mitsuru Kirijo, I must say the moon looks quite stunning on this hazy spring night. Though tempting as it may be to spend a night such as this gazing at the sky, I suggest you head to bed early and get some rest. Don't worry, there will be more full moons. And also, again, we need to watch you as you sleep for scientific reasons. Now, you can actually interact with the men's room. It's a men's room. You can go inside. I can feel my mind starting to wander as I wash my hands. Whenever I see cherry blossoms in full bloom, it feels like springtime has finally arrived. Boink! And that's it. So now we can go bloop, 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 to the second floor. Again, there's nothing else we could do but go inside our room and then interact with the bed. Now, it's April 9th. So, as I've mentioned in the previous episode, our first episode, we're gonna have our first mandatory battle right after this cutscene. I feel exhausted. Maybe it's because I haven't gotten used to living here. And he's just gonna go right ahead and fall asleep. Looking at the key. Just who was that old man from the dream I had last night? And what was that contract all about? Like, that question should be something you ask before you sign the contract, not after you sign it. There should have been a lot more questions prior to signing that contract. I really like this transition so much.
How is he?
Yeah.
he's a
What
little
was I
worn
talking about?
He went to bed without changing out of his
Yeah,
uniform.
I'm not a
Nothing's
fan
changed since last night.
of the graphics of this game. I'm sorry, I'm not. Like, I love the Persona 5 Royale graphics. I think that's what they were trying to go for here. But the character models don't look nice. They don't really look that good. Like Mitsuru here, just look at her face. Why does she look like that? I don't know.
The two of you are classmates, right? Consider it an opportunity to have someone your own age here. Besides, we need all the help we can get.
I guess that's true, but still.
Even Akihiko's face,
You're not gonna believe.
I can't even. Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really watch all the other trailers that came out right after the announcement trailer that they're gonna have a Persona 3 Reload. I didn't watch anything after that because I want to be able to play a game and experience it firsthand without seeing all the cutscenes or all of the gameplay footages that they have before actually, playing it for the first time. So yeah, Akihiko's injured. So I'm gonna be honest, I feel really disappointed with how Reload generally looks. Now, the 2D graphics, like the character bus, the menu, I like that a lot. I like the battle animations. I like the transitions. But there's something about the character models and how they did with the crowd, the other NPCs here, that just made me feel disappointed. But yeah, the dorm is under attack from shadows, and the loud noise woke us up. I should check what's happening outside, but before we can actually move, Kari comes in, and then
We have to get out of here now.
what's going on? Because that's how you normally would react.
We'll leave through the back.
And she didn't answer, and she's gonna hand us over a short sword she pulled from her out of her ass. And again, I don't like the models here. Like, they could have shown where she got it from, or showed what it is that she handed us before being told that it's a short sword. All right, we should be safe now.
Takeba, do you read me?
But yeah, that was just funny. Out of nowhere, shing! I got a short sword. Here you go.
Primary one's lurking somewhere nearby.
What?
So yeah, for this part,
Oh, let's pull back.
we
What are we gonna do? It's at the front door.
we can sort of, in a limited capacity, roam around.
Let's go.
We have to get to safety. Okay, we can roam around like so, but we can't really do anything except for going up the stairs. Our goal is to get to the rooftop. All right, let's get away upstairs. Good idea. Also, there are moments where
It's getting closer.
um
Calm down. It's gonna be okay.
some of the lines, like when you're exploring and stuff, those text boxes that appear on the left hand side of the screen, I remember Persona 5 having those voiced. Now, Persona 3 Reload sometimes have them voiced, but not all. And sometimes the little banter that happens, you can miss it. Like right now, it's not voiced. But yeah, which is one of the things that, again, I feel disappointed about, since there's so much happening at the screen sometimes, and sometimes you have to focus on where you're going in Tartarus, for instance, that you can't really pay attention to the pop-up text that appeared on the left side. So you miss quite a bit of banter that way. Now, I'm not
Go out through here, then.
I'm not sure if that's true for the other versions of the game. Like, if you have the US and North America version and the EU versions, are they like that as well? I don't know. I have the Southeast Asia version, and this is a digital. I'm playing it digital because of what happened with the physical Southeast Asia. Also, this giant shadow that appears here, it's a lot more creepier and grotesque than I remember it being in the original, and even in P3 portable. Like, I feel seeing that thing.
One of the monsters that attacked us. It's a shadow.
And again, the models, I feel like their proportions are so weird. I think that's where it stems from, my disappointment in how the game looks.
It's here.
Wait.
I love this part. That's both creepy and cool at the same time. But I'm so curious, like, how did he know to call them persona? Like, he wasn't told that before. There we go, that's Orpheus. In Persona 3 Portable, if you chose the female main character, I was like, they look so bad. The models look so bad. Character models, Mitsuru, what did they do to you? But yeah, if you play the Persona 3 Portable and you choose the female route, Orpheus, the only difference between the Orpheuses, because they do have that little bit of difference, is that her Orpheus has long hair. That Persona's design is so cool. It's scary, but you know, it's really cool. Like I remember when I first played Persona 3, my first foray into Persona is actually Persona 3 Fez, and I remember when Orpheus got overtaken by this other Persona. I remember thinking that, wait, so he can power up like that? Is that an ability he unlocks later? Like transform, you know how evolution works with Digimon, sort of like that.
What on earth was that?
But yeah, everything else, the Persona themselves, they look so cool. Their 3D models look so cool, but apart from our MC's model, everyone's model sometimes looks so...
Get away from
So yeah, this is gonna be our first mandatory story battle. I need to protect her, which can easily be completed. Like, so easily.
shadows. Did they break off from that other one?
So all we have to do is select Persona and then choose the Agi skill, which is a fire skill. That's so cool. That is their weakness. And when you deal a weakness, you get one more attack. So easy. So easy. The monsters are gone. Ah!
Are you okay?
Oh man.
Come on. Can you hear me? Oh, say something!
I can't. You're holding my back. My face is on the ground. I can't speak. And I'm not gonna go tired of the transition going into the Velvet Room.
You lost consciousness.
So now we're gonna learn about personas and
Very
the cutscene where they introduced the power of the wild card. I don't think it is, but yeah, we'll be told about personas, which again begs the question: how does the main characters know, say, persona? I am thou, thou are I. Did the persona introduce them? No, even before. I have to look back into that. Master protects you as you brave many hardships. A mask?
The power of a persona is the power of one's soul.
Yeah.
And the soul is fueled by the depth of one's bonds. As you form these bonds by becoming involved with others, your own social links will gradually...
So yeah, social links, again, they play an important role when trying to get all of the personas, which we are gonna do, but I probably will do it off screen and we'll just include a guide on how to get all the personas and also add the persona calculator into that if you want your own mixture of a persona. But yeah, if you want to get all of the personas, you would need to max out all of the social links. And maxing out all of the social links is also required if you want to get all of the achievements. But we're now that I'm recording this, it's 35 minutes in. We've gone way past our 30-minute mark, so I would have to stop here. So yeah, nothing much happened except for now we have awakened to the power of our persona. We have awakened Orpheus, and for some strange reason, another persona burst forth from him. How could that be? How could that have happened? What's going on? We'll find out quite a bit later in the game. But for now, this is where I am ending today's episode, episode 2. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you had fun watching along as I play this game. And I hope that this guide will again prove useful to everyone. But as I've said, this is as far along as we'll go for now. So I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye for now. Thanks for watching. Keep safe, everyone.
Someday we'll have our last conversation, drink our last cup of coffee. Someday we might be 80 and think about the different things